almost right from the beginning, I was surrounded by a bunch of guys, and I was on the race team in college, but then I started skiing with a lot of the guys in free skiing.
Here, Molly, another good day.
Yeah, tell me when you're ready. I'm ready to ski.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, dropping.
Speed. Ripper. Yeah.
I didn't look at them as people who I couldn't be competitive with. I didn't see any reason why I couldn't be doing exactly what they were doing.
But there's streams and rivers so cold you can't imagine that will wait for you any day of life. They cut the mountains into pieces as slow as time.
I could hike as fast and as hard, be out in the cold, not eat, breakfast and lunch and be out skiing, and just kind of not take care of myself in the ways that guys neglect or skiers neglect. And then I met Zack, who took all of that to the next level. So not have food and not have very much water, or maybe not have slept, and be pushing it harder and harder and harder every single day.
Here we are, beautiful Mount Baker, Washington, and you may ask what I'm doing out here by myself in the backcountry. And is it my fault that nobody's gonna come out here and build a jump with me because I want to build a jump that's a little too big? No. This is just me showing how you actually can do something on your own as long as you're dedicated enough and you're not a fucking crybaby.
Out of bed, new clothes, people waiting 2 blocks away. Today's the day, make or break it. Tomorrow is the same.
Well, it's kind of funny because I had actually heard of Molly Baker far before I had ever met her. But I did hear through the grapevine this pro skier girl was going to be coming up. I saw her in the bar one time, actually.
I'd seen this local skier kind of around the mountain and maybe at the bar for a few of the nights, but didn't really pay much attention to him.
She saw Molly and kind of knew. I was like, that's that pro girl.
Zack skied up to me and introduced himself and said, "Follow me."
So I took her right to something that I think was maybe a little intimidating for her. And I just kind of threw her on there and expected for her to be able to handle it.
And he described the line below us. So he said, there's a small air just below this steep zone, and it's probably gonna slough through here. It really took me by surprise that he didn't have any doubts that I could do this.
And then we ended up skiing more or less the whole day together, and ended up skiing that day all the way until dark.
And so that brought us together. So now there's 2 of us.
And it's also been one of the biggest joys is taking these places, these forests, this one line, this mountain, finding somebody that I can share those places with.
I've always had dreams to be able to share my life with the person that I decide to be with. And so the current situation and what we've been able to experience for the last couple of winters is a dream come true.
Yeah, I mean, it's it is a dream, but I think no matter who it is, when they achieve what it is that they've been trying to dream of achieving, they get there and not everything's quite how they thought it would be. See that? This photo, double page. It is a publication that has over 1 million copies distributed. So this is bigger publication than any ski magazine.
So who is that?
Zach Giffen.
Solid.
It was at a time when my only compensation was photo incentives, and this photo here netted me an entire $65.
Nights, nights, days and days, cities waiting, countries waiting too. Fight, do or die this decade, dreams they wait for a few.
For almost everybody out there, they get to a point and they realize, I gotta raise a family, you know? I need a way to make a living, I need a way to provide.
And this right here, like I've seen photos of it, it's really steep in there. It's like shoulder to the wall steep in here.
It's one thing if it's your own passion and you're able to pursue this dream of skiing. It's one thing to do that and make that decision for yourself. And it's a whole nother thing when that decision is going to affect someone else.
This here,
You can ski that.
no, you can't do. Zack,
You can ski that.
seriously, like when I first met him, I was really honored and excited to be there and to see something like that in person. That level of just confidence and craziness on skis. And then just recently seeing the same exact thing happen, I think I actually turned away or closed my eyes just because of the anticipation of waiting for that moment when you know that that person is safe.
And the fact that these lines have been sitting up there for this long and no one's ever got them.
Drew Tabke skied these lines.
Drew skied these
Yeah,
onto the Hang Glacier?
yeah.
Oh, that bastard. Are you sure? I don't think so.
So I think when I met Zack, we started out and we're on the same path. But every day I'm presented with the fact that I could watch Zack get hurt.
Zack, are you good?
Zack!
I don't care. I don't care if anybody's skied those before. The fact that they don't get skied and they look like that means that
No, I know, but I just kind of like, I wish that all of you would just kind of be a little bit more, just like show a little bit more humility. Because it's fucking a huge mountain. None of you have experience visual inspecting shit and skiing it top to bottom.
I don't know what you're talking about, and neither do you.
What do you mean?
Okay, just keep going. My whole life is visual inspection.
I hope this isn't on. Can you turn it off?
I just know that she's gonna need to understand that there's certain things that I'm gonna have to go and do, because so much about skiing is me being able to do these things that I probably shouldn't be doing, but I do it anyways and I pull it off. And it's very calculated. I like to think it's very calculated. I'm not wrapping my life around skiing so that I can ski the easy line down. I don't want to get to 60 and look back on my life and think about all the things that I could have done that I didn't because I was frightened or because of, you know, just mistiming or a lack of effort.
What about a relationship?
Or a relationship, yeah.
The main thing that makes me question whether or not it's going to work is just the inherent instability in what we're doing. The one thing, skiing, that brought us together, and that's just, it literally brought us together, could be the one thing that tore us apart. Sometimes I think to myself that if we both, you know, were in a little bit more of a stable situation, we wouldn't be the people that we are right now. Maybe there's not really a solution. I mean, I can't say, hey, change those parts about you that I really appreciate.
I don't believe that I allowed myself to believe that I would be able to find someone like Molly that would understand and would want to promote and be a part of everything that I'm doing. And if you're in law school and you have to prioritize everything on just making it, I feel like people they understand. They're like, oh yeah, law school, that's super difficult. Well, I felt like skiing was on the same level in that it requires every ounce of effort in order to create a life that allows you to really be able to pursue it. And meeting Molly was kind of permission. She kind of granted me permission to prioritize my skiing, to prioritize the life that I'm trying to create.
Hi, baby. Watch me.
Right now, we're just both collaborating on what the next dream is. The really sad thing about dreams coming true is that by the time you've arrived, this new idea of what that dream is already present. So the dream has changed.